Fiber to Fabric, Class 7th, Chapter 3rd, 4th Part. Occupational Hazards of the Silk Industry. Children, in the previous video, we have studied occupational hazards of the woolen industry. Now, here we will discuss occupational hazards. Now, various occupational hazards are associated with silk industry also. Handling cocoons in boiling water by hand without wearing gloves. This can cause skin to peel off or form blisters, and which can lead to skin infections. The person who are doing this work, they can have skin infection, or in their hands blisters are formed. The second occupational hazard is the vapors from the boiling cocoons and fumes of diesel and the strong chemicals used for dyeing silk fibers. So this can cause irritation in eyes, skin infection and respiratory problems. Now the next topic is types of silk. There are different types of silk moth which are used in sericulture. The properties of the silk fiber produced. This varies depending on the silk moth. The first type of silk is mulberry silk. The moth most commonly used for sericulture is the mulberry silk moth. Its scientific name is Bombyx mori. Its larvae feed only on the mulberry leaves, and hence the silk they produce, this is named mulberry silk. This silk is soft, shiny and strong. The next type of silk is tussar silk. It is obtained from the silkworm Antheria mylitta. Antheria mylitta. This silkworm mainly grows on Arjun and Asan trees. Tussar silk is generally light brown with a rough texture. It is usually not as shiny as mulberry silk. It is used to make furnishing. And the next silk is kosa silk. It is obtained from silkworm that feed on sal, saja or arjun trees. This silk is soft and shiny, making it a popular choice for use in clothing, especially traditional Indian saris. The next type of silk is Muga silk, or it is obtained from silkworm Antheria asamensis. This silkworm feed on the leaves of soalu and som plant, and the silk produced, this is golden yellow in color. And the next variety is airy silk. It is obtained from the silkworm Philosemia ricini. It is also known as the castor silkworm, as it feeds on the castor plants. The silk produced, this is white or brick red in color. And the China is the largest producer of silk in the world, while India ranks second. Now children, we have understand the quality of the silk produced by the silkworm are partly determined by what the silkworms eat. Scientists have found that feeding silkworms leaves treated with a dye makes them produce colored silk. As a large amount of water, this is used in dyeing. So this discovery helps to reduce water wastage. Now airy silk, this is also called ahimsa silk, or the fabric of peace, as it is produced without killing the silk moth. The cocoon is processed after the silk moth leaves it. So it is also called ahimsa silk. Now the knowledge check. State whether the following statements are true or false, and if they are false, correct them. The first is silkworm sheds its skin several times by a process called reeling. This statement is false. Now the correct statement is the silkworm sheds its skin several times by a process called molting. Instead of reeling, we have to write molting. Now the second statement, the natural gum that holds silk fiber together is sericin. This statement is true. Now the third statement is mulberry silk is porous in texture. The statement is false. We can write the statement like this: mulberry silk is soft in texture. Instead of porous, we have to write soft. Fourth statement, the airy silkworm feeds on castor plant leaves. The statement is true. And the fifth statement is sericulture worker may get infected with anthrax disease. This statement is false. Sericulture workers may get infected with skin infection, eye irritation, and respiratory problem. Now the concept map of the chapter. Chapter is about animal fibers. In this chapter, we have studied two types of animal fiber, wool and silk. First, wool. Wool is obtained from different animals like sheep, goat, yak, camel. And wool processing involves many steps like shearing, scouring, sorting, grading, dyeing, spinning, weaving, and knitting. Now the next fiber is silk. Silk is obtained from the silkworm, and the life cycle of the silkworm involves many stages. These are eggs, larvae, pupa, cocoon, and then moth. Now the types of the silk, they are many. These are mulberry, tussar, muga, kosa, and airy. Now the silk is obtained by processing. The silk processing involves many steps. These are rearing of silkworms, boiling of cocoon, reeling, dyeing, and weaving. Now the keywords of the chapter. Selective breeding. It means the process by which parents that have useful characteristic or features are selected and bred to get offspring that have the desired characteristic. Now the second definition, this is shearing. The process by which the fleece of the sheep is removed. This process is called shearing. Next is scouring. The process by which the sheared fleece is treated to remove dust, dirt, and grease. Next definition is of sorting. The process by which hairs of different textures from fleece are separated from each other. Now grading. The grouping of hair fibers based on their length, fineness, color, texture, and other characteristics. It is called grading. Next definition is of sericulture. The rearing of silkworm for the production of silk. It is called sericulture. Degumming. Degumming, this is a process of boiling silkworm cocoons to separate silk fiber from each other. Now next is reeling, the process by which the continuous strand of the silk that makes up a silkworm cocoon is unwound as a single unbroken thread. Now the last is occupational hazard, any risk or injury, disease or other health problem that a worker in an industry may face. It is called occupational hazard.